state entities will be required to prepare and implement a comprehensive and realistic annual disposal plan for assets which have been deemed to be obsolete, surplus or unserviceable. This is one of the provisions of the draft Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Policy, which has been published by the National Treasury. Scenes of assets purchased at taxpayers' cost lying underutilized and in waste have been common across state agencies in the country, putting the government on the receiving end of the public's backlash. The state is now looking to streamline the identification and disposal of such assets in a manner that will enable taxpayers to realize value for money. The draft Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Policy now provides that state agencies will have to prepare annual asset disposal plans, which will be informed by asset disposal guidelines generated by the National Treasury. The draft policy also provides that all state agencies will be required to maintain up-to-date asset registers, which will facilitate the tracking and verification of assets procured using taxpayers' money. The draft policy also requires all state agencies to maintain an updated database on all procurement contracts. State agencies will also be required to adopt procurement and asset disposal risk management frameworks, focusing on the entire procurement and asset disposal process, contract and inventory management to mitigate loss of public funds. These measures come against the backdrop of austerity measures by the government as it looks to cut back on excessive spending and optimize on the resources raised. They also seek to seal the loopholes of loss of assets through weak systems of accountability. The national government has in the recent past directed that all idle cash held by state corporations be transferred to the exchequer in a bid to plug the prevailing revenue gaps. The draft policy is now subject to stakeholder engagement, including public participation, before it is adopted and implemented.